Welcome, friends, to another section of story time with your storyteller Blue Bear. Today, I would like to tell a pretty savage story for those of you who are into that sort of thing. Shout out to my boy Marcello Kalani, who reminded me of this great story. So, there's a country called China. And they have a very famous book called The Romance of the Three Kingdoms, which is sort of like a historical fiction about like the end of the Han Dynasty. And basically nations long united will divide, nations long divided will unite. And at the end of the Han Dynasty, all these eunuchs were getting killed. They had control of the court, and it's very Game of Thrones style. And these warlords were going around doing their thing. And one of the biggest warlords of that time was this guy named Cao Cao. Yeah. Oh, Cao Cao was a fierce, mean man, right? But he had a lot of power. And we don't like the government, but man, we ain't ever seen real anarchy or real revolution, right? Like, as bad as you think government is, like, Thomas Hobbes had a decent point. Almost every revolution is worse. It's rare to see a revolution which isn't worse than the government which preceded it. Excuse me. And so, villagers, peasants, the people were very anxious for a strong ruler with stability. Stability at any cost, almost. Right? And so Cao Cao was much loved and feared in places. And one time, he was running from his enemies, right? And he came to a village, and he found this man who was like, "Oh my God, oh, please, come into my home. Let me feed you, and you'll rest. You'll be safe here. You'll be safe here." And so Cao Cao, hid and rested and, fell asleep. And this poor villager, he, had his family, his kids, his wife, start to prepare this feast. And he went to go, get a pig, right? To, slay the pig and roast it. And a little while later, Cao Cao wakes up. And remember, country's in chaos, right? Not too far away from where America now is, sadly enough. And so he's on edge, right? Because it's wartime. And he sees in the next room that the wife is sharpening knives, right? Big old knives. And Cao Cao immediately is they're planning to kill me, right? And so he murders the family, the wife, the kids, kills them. And he's a serious warlord. And then he leaves. And as he's walking down the street, oh, such savagery. Who does he see coming towards him? But this man, right, carrying this pig, right? It's gonna cook up for Cao Cao in honor of Cao Cao because of he's this great leader. And Oriental cultures just have a lot of reverence and respect. Showing respect built into their culture. And the man's like, "Where are you going? Where are you going? I'm gonna slay this beast and we're gonna cook it, right?" And Cao Cao, I think he says something "Oh, I'll be right there." And then he turns around as the man starts to go away and he just kills the man. Just murders him right there on the road. He turns around and walks out, and his mate, his servant, his partner's with him. He's like, "Why'd you kill him? Why'd you need to get the family? Murdering the family was tragic, but it was an accident, right? You didn't mean to. You thought it wished you ill intent. This guy, you knew that he didn't wish you ill intent. He was, you found out just now, right? Why would you murder a guy that you didn't need to murder?" And Cao Cao just keeps walking and was like, "It's better to wrong the world than let the world wrong you, or than be wronged by the world." It's just oh, psh. right? The guy could come back someday. I mean, clearly he would have a vendetta, like it's like if I got an error somewhere, if I got to tip the balance, the scale, I'm gonna lean towards wronging the world rather than letting the world wrong me. Now, I don't believe that. I don't personally find that, but it's a savage story. And that was the story of Cao Cao and the ignorant. I don't know what the name of the story is. Ignorant Cao Cao and the naive villagers. I don't know.